In this video, we are going to learn how to draw or shade graphical inequalities. First, we have to remember whenever there is an equal sign with an inequality, we would draw a solid line. And whereas the equal sign is missing with an inequality, we would plot a dotted line. So for example, let's just say that y is less than equals to 2x plus 1. The first step should be that we need to plot this line on the graph. So how we can achieve that? There are few methods through which we can achieve this, but I would prefer to make a table. How do we make a line with a table? So let's just say that I would make a table x and y. These are my two variables, and I have supposed the values of x as 0, 1 and 2, and I would substitute this value one by one into this equation and find out what value would I get against each of these values. So let's just say when x is equals to 0, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to put this value of x right in this equation. So y equals to, okay, for the time being we can ignore this inequality sign, so let's just put equal here. The inequality signs only plays roles while you are shading a region. It does not play any role while you have to plot the line. So let's just put equal rather than this inequality. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to substitute this value of x, which is 0, right just here. So plus 1, so I would get my final answer 0 plus 1, which is equals to 1. So I can put my value 1 as right here. So when I now I need another value. Now I will suppose when x is equals to 1, I am going to substitute this value of 1 in the equation. So y is equals to 2 bracket 1 plus 1. I would get an answer of 3. So I am going to put 3 right just here. So same like this, when I would substitute this last value, when x is equals to 2, I would substitute this value right in place of x, and I would get an answer of 5. You can use more values if you want, but I would prefer to use at least 3 points to plot a line. Okay, so now I'm going to plot these lines on the graph. So let's just say at 0, x0, y is equals to 1, so I have marked this point right just here. The next is at 1, at x is equals to 1, y is equals to 3, so I'm going to mark this second point right just here. And same like this at 2, at x is equals to, y is equals to 5. So what I am going to do is now combine these points. Okay, so remember, now here was an equal sign with an inequality. So what I am going to do is I am going to draw a solid line. Okay, something like this. So this is my best attempt drawing in here. Okay, so this line, let me just label it y is equals to 2x plus 1. So this is the line that I have drawn right just here. Now let's come on to the part of this inequality. Okay, so when we are dealing with this inequality, you have to understand that it's more related to, you have to understand that what does this basically represent. So when I read this equation, read this inequality, I read it as y is less than equals to 2x plus 1. So let me just put this inequality right just here. So when I think about it, about this inequality, less than indicates that which region should be shared. Should the lower region should be shaded or the upper region should be shaded? When I read it, the inequality is less than. So less means that the lesser values or the downward values would be shaded. So what I am going to do, I am going to shade the region below this line. So if you see, or let me just show you in a better way, that I am going to shade something region just below this line. Okay, this is indicating that my region, the required region, is less, or the lower values in this line would satisfy this inequality. Okay, let's move on to another example.